very, very blessed. In my life, I've received the highs of highs and the lows of lows. And I'm very, very thankful to God for every experience that I've had, whether it's been good or bad or indifferent. It's all made me the man I am today. I've had such a marvellous career that I'm really, really thankful for. I've worked very hard, but it's all been God's plan. Everything that's happened has been God's plan. Even today, to come back at 37 years old.
See him in like an interview and he's all irate. That's fight mode, and all of the Furies, they all have fight mode. It's serious.
In a stunning and deeply personal breaking statement, the heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has gone on record to openly declare that his very own father, John Fury, is now behaving significantly more like a bitter enemy than a supportive parent, and is even actively treating him like a true rival. This situation is definitely no longer just a simple misunderstanding or a temporary disagreement between family members. Rather, it has escalated into a massive and full-blown fallout that has captured the public's attention. Tyson Fury has made it incredibly clear through his recent words that their long-standing personal relationship has now completely and utterly broken down beyond any immediate repair. The emotional weight of this public admission suggests a permanent rift as the world heavyweight boxing icon chooses to distance himself from his father's recent controversial actions and behaviors within the boxing world and their private lives alike.
It's God's plan and God's will, and we will see where it takes us, no problem. My last two fights, I didn't get the result I was after. Alexander got the results over me. Fair play to him and his team and everybody around it. You know, it's life lessons. In this life, you don't always get what you want. You don't always get what you think you want and think you did enough to get. However, that's where it stays. You don't hear me crying and moaning about, oh my God, he cheated.
Tyson Fury openly admits that he was once very deeply hurt and genuinely confused by these events, constantly questioning exactly what could have happened to lead to such a dark place. However, he eventually turns all of that internal struggle into a total sense of acceptance, ultimately calling this difficult season a part of God's divine plan for his life. Instead of breaking under the immense pressure of the situation, he strategically channels every bit of his lingering emotional pain into a sharp new focus, diligently preparing himself for a truly massive and historic 2026 comeback. He is now showing the entire world that he is completely mentally locked in and more than ready to dominate the competitive heavyweight division once again with renewed strength. This profound transformation serves as a powerful testament to his legendary resilience, proving that he can overcome personal turmoil and return to the very pinnacle of the boxing world better than ever before.
And at the time, I was very, very hurt by that. And I was thinking, what's going on here? Like, how has this happened to me, God? And I realised that everything's God's plan and God's timing. And I'm just so thankful and so blessed to be in this position and on the verge of a massive return in 2000.
No, I think he's past his best. I'm a no-filter kind of guy. I love my son, but there's too many people patting him on the back and telling him he's Tarzan when he's not Tarzan. He's been gone Tyson since the Deontay Wilder fights. It's finished Wilder completely. Done him. He's not got a leg underneath it.
John Fury is now aggressively firing back with verbal shots, reminding everyone in the boxing community that he was the primary force who built Tyson Fury's massive professional career from the ground up, and he feels deeply disrespected by current events. He openly questions whether their fractured and broken relationship can ever truly be fixed, or if the damage is now permanent. This public display effectively exposes the raw and intense tension currently boiling behind the scenes and clearly shows just how deep this bitter father-son feud actually runs within the family dynamic. It highlights the incredibly difficult personal battles and emotional struggles that are taking place outside the physical ring, proving that the psychological toll of this family conflict is just as heavy as any world title fight. This ongoing saga demonstrates that even the strongest bonds can be tested by the pressures of fame, legacy, and the high-stakes environment of professional sports as the world watches this drama unfold in real time.
Enough respect to say, you know what, my dad could be right.
Is that repairable, John,
Yeah.
that relationship?
I don't.
There's no fighting. No fighting, Huey. No fighting, James. And no fighting, Shane. And most of all,
Shane McGuigan explains that Tyson Fury previously and strategically used his father to stir up a sense of chaotic energy, but he now realizes that he simply does not need that level of drama to succeed anymore. Tyson's current and singular focus is now placed purely on what happens inside the boxing ring itself. This shift clearly shows a much smarter and significantly more disciplined version of Fury, representing someone who effectively channels all of his natural intensity directly into his physical training, while intentionally leaving all outside distractions behind him forever. By doing this, he is proving to the world and his critics alike that he is mentally sharper and more focused than he has ever been throughout his long career. This newfound maturity suggests that the heavyweight icon is prioritizing his professional legacy over family politics, ensuring that his preparation for his upcoming 2026 bouts remains entirely undisturbed by any external noise or controversy from his inner circle.
Tyson, I think, used his dad to keep him involved and as a infiltrator, someone that can shout and scream and cause a bit of chaos and unrest, and I think he doesn't need that in this fight, so he might make a U-turn when he...
John Fury is now openly and harshly criticizing Tyson Fury's entire professional team and his specific training choices, going so far as to call some of the current coaches completely useless, while also deeply questioning their overall strategic tactics for the upcoming fights. This public outburst clearly highlights the true and intense depth of the disagreement that is currently boiling behind the scenes within the Fury camp. Despite all of this internal chaos and the loud external noise from his own father, Tyson Fury remains entirely focused on his own training camp and his highly anticipated career comeback. He is effectively showing the world his incredible mental toughness and a firm unwillingness to let these escalating personal disputes affect his physical or psychological preparation in any way. This disciplined approach proves that he is prioritizing his performance above all else, ensuring that his focus stays on the heavyweight championship rather than the family drama that threatens to distract him from his ultimate goals in the ring.
A lot of it. Same squad, same bullshit.
You're not a part of this training camp, are you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I said, if you have him, that Sugar, I'm no filter. I said, I'm gone.
But what is it about Sugar?
He's no good.
Tactically, technically?
He's useless. Everybody's been in the corner, but he got beat. He's been gone Tyson since the Deontay Wilder fights. It's finished Wilder completely. It's took a lot away from Tyson. Magmadov. This is a problem. I'm the first one to say it, because all them out there, they don't pay enough attention to detail, Spencer.
It's a high-risk fight for him, this, isn't it?
It's not what I'd have done. Look at Usyk. Usyk's saying, I'm 39-year-old, on an easy time. He's picked Rico Vanuva.
Yeah.
Man's not a boxer. I'm getting well paid for Rico, keeping my name out there. It's an easy fight. Even if Tyson wins this, it's 12 rounds.
Liam Goff openly agrees with the recent critical assessments made by John Fury, strongly suggesting that Tyson Fury may no longer be performing at his absolute physical peak. However, his vast professional experience and his world-class ring IQ are two massive factors that simply cannot be ignored by anyone in the boxing world. Tyson's upcoming return to the ring is much more than just a physical challenge. It is a profound mental battle. His unique ability to successfully overcome intense personal drama while simultaneously preparing for a huge comeback makes him an incredibly dangerous and unpredictable force within the modern heavyweight division. Despite this, Goff is still saying that Tyson is simply not himself anymore, and I find myself tending to agree with John Fury's harsh perspective. He is certainly not at his best anymore, and one must wonder how he possibly could be after everything he has personally been through recently. I tend to agree with that sentiment because the brutal Wilder trilogy fights undoubtedly took something significant out of him physically and mentally. This shows that while his spirit remains strong, the toll of his past wars in the ring might finally be catching up to the legendary champion as he faces his toughest test yet.
Saying that Tyson isn't himself anymore, and I tend to agree with John Fury. He's certainly not at his best anymore. I mean, how could he be after everything he's been through and stuff like that? So I tend to agree with that, right? But he was saying words to the effect of that the Wilder trilogy.
John Fury is now laying absolutely everything bare in a series of remarkably candid statements, firmly stating to the public that he needs absolutely nothing from Tyson Fury or anyone else in the professional boxing world at this stage of his life. His intense frustration remains incredibly raw and deeply personal, clearly showing the significant depth of the emotional rift that has developed between the father and his world-famous son. It appears that Tyson's recent personal and professional choices have clearly and effectively pushed his own father away, creating a difficult family dynamic that many fans never expected to see. However, there is a strong possibility that this mounting tension and the loss of his father's direct support may only serve to sharpen Tyson Fury's internal focus and his relentless determination as he prepares for his highly anticipated upcoming heavyweight comeback. This shift in his inner circle could force the champion to rely more on his own mental strength than ever before, proving that he can still perform at the highest level of the sport even when his closest long-term allies are no longer standing in his corner during the heat of battle.
Respect when it's needed. Keep going. I don't need you. I don't need him and his millions. I need nothing off him. I wish him well, but he's put those people before me. His blood father. That's hurt me like unbelief. So, they can jog on.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Tyson Fury is now making it incredibly clear to the entire boxing world that he only trusts a very small and tight inner circle, actively rejecting all external distractions and any unnecessary family drama that could hinder his progress. His professional focus has become absolutely laser sharp as he purposefully chooses to isolate himself from the public eye to stay both mentally and physically ready for the challenges ahead in the ring. This highly disciplined and rigorous approach shows a true champion who effectively channels his natural intensity directly into his daily preparation, proving that even amidst the ongoing and intense family chaos, Fury's mind remains completely locked in for his massive 2026 career comeback. He remains an extremely dangerous and virtually unstoppable heavyweight force who refuses to let personal turmoil derail his ultimate mission of reclaiming his spot at the very top of the division. By cutting out the noise and focusing solely on his craft, he is demonstrating a level of maturity and psychological resilience that his future opponents should truly fear as the countdown to his return continues to accelerate. This strategic isolation suggests that the Gypsy King is prioritizing his legacy over everything else, ensuring that his body and mind are in peak condition to dominate the sport once again.
People around me never have and I never will, because I'm a psychopath. I can't have 1 million people around me because it doesn't work. I just have the same old people I've always knew, that's it. I'm not interested in making new friends, I'm not interested in what the next man's got, I'm not interested in what the next door neighbour's doing, don't care. Keep myself.
Simon Jordan is now publicly criticizing John Fury for his decision to air these private family issues in the media, stressing that any real reconciliation between a father and son truly needs to happen in private rather than on a global stage. Despite all of the intense media drama currently surrounding his inner circle, Tyson Fury remains entirely focused on his physical training and his highly anticipated professional comeback. He is clearly making a conscious choice not to let outside opinions or his father's harsh public criticisms affect his mental or physical preparation in any way. This disciplined approach shows a significant level of maturity and incredible mental strength, proving that Fury can effectively separate personal family chaos from his long-term professional goals. By doing this, he ensures that he will step into the boxing ring completely focused and ready to dominate the heavyweight division once again. This ability to compartmentalize such deep emotional conflict demonstrates that the champion is prioritizing his legacy and his craft over the distractions that threaten to derail his career, signaling to his future opponents that his mind is sharper and more resilient than it has ever been before in his storied life.
You repair them in private, not in the public domain. John, on the times that I've met John, I found him to be engaging and charming, but there's other times when I've seen him whether it's an act or curated or whatever, it's boorish, it's unpalatable, it's unpleasant. When you headbutt Ukrainians in front of Saudi royalty and behave yourself in a way that's not particularly appetizing, you get judged by it. So with due respect to the fact it's a scoop for these guys, I'm not hugely interested in John Fury.
Shane Fury explains that for a high-level athlete like Tyson Fury, the initial allure of massive wealth and luxury eventually begins to lose its appeal over time. The real and most significant challenge for him now becomes the drive to constantly prove himself once again inside the boxing ring. This shift in perspective clearly shows that his highly anticipated comeback is not at all about making more money or gaining more fame, but is instead entirely about his lasting professional legacy. Tyson's singular focus is now placed on his physical performance, ring dominance, and reaching a state of total mental satisfaction within his craft. Fans across the world can certainly expect to see a fighter who is deeply driven by pure passion and a clear sense of purpose, remaining incredibly hungry to prove to his critics that he still belongs at the very top of the heavyweight division. He remains fully motivated and dedicated to his training despite everything he has already achieved throughout his legendary career, demonstrating that his competitive fire still burns as brightly as ever as he prepares for his 2026 return to the world stage.
There's nothing more left in life for these boxers. When these great boxers, what's completed the game and they've got everything, what else can Tyson do? You know, there's only so much yachts and sailing, and there's only so much flying on holidays, and there's only so much fucking whatever a normal person thinks is good you can do before you're sick.
Peter Fury highly praises Tyson Fury's exceptionally complete and diverse skill set, explicitly saying that when he is performing at his absolute top form, he effectively ticks every single box required of a world-class champion. His unique ability to accurately read his opponents and strategically control the entire pace of his fights makes him an incredibly exciting and dangerous athlete to watch inside the ring. Despite the ongoing personal family drama and any external doubts from his critics, Tyson's elite technical boxing abilities and his sharp mental focus both remain entirely intact as he prepares for his next major challenge. Fans across the globe can certainly expect to see highly precise and deeply calculated performances that will surely deliver a very big impact on the entire heavyweight division. This powerful combination of technical skill, vast professional experience, and relentless internal determination ensures that he remains a dominant and thrilling force in the world of heavyweight boxing for years to come. This high-level endorsement from within the boxing world suggests that the Gypsy King is not just returning to compete, but is returning to once again rule the sport with the same tactical brilliance that defined his most legendary victories.
Well, whether he can take him or not, he shouldn't be taking him, and he knows that. But when he's on his A game and he boxes, he can box. He ticks all the boxes, trust me, and he's exciting as well. And he does the right thing with this level of opposition because he's walking through them.
John Fury is now publicly and directly questioning why Tyson Fury is even bothering to return to the professional ring at all, noting his massive list of past career achievements while expressing serious doubts about exactly what is left for his son to accomplish in the sport. However, this line of questioning only serves to highlight Tyson's incredible internal hunger and his legendary sense of unpredictability as a world-class athlete. Choosing to return to active competition after a brief period of retirement clearly shows that he deeply craves new and difficult challenges rather than a life of quiet comfort and luxury. Tyson's vast professional experience, elite boxing skill, and his renowned mental toughness combined together make him an incredibly dangerous opponent for anyone in the world right now. His relentless drive proves that he still has plenty to show the global boxing community, effectively keeping both his loyal fans and his harshest critics constantly guessing about exactly what elite version of Tyson Fury will ultimately appear in the ring for his 2026 comeback. This constant state of evolution suggests that the Gypsy King is far from finished with his boxing journey, and his willingness to ignore his father's skepticism demonstrates a personal commitment to his own legacy that transcends family opinions or previous retirements.
Changing everything, Magwadov's capable of doing that. He's a big, strong man, as you can see. Tyson's an elite boxer, but what's he got left? I don't know. Because you'll only know when you get in that ring, and then it's too late. You know, let's just see. Tyson's not a stupid man. He knows what he...
Johnny Nelson highlights that Tyson Fury is entering a dangerous fight with challenges on multiple levels, noting that Tyson is not a stupid man and knows exactly what he is up against. He praises Fury's world-class speed and elite footwork, but openly questions how much his age and recent time out of the ring will truly affect him in a high-stakes match. Training in Thailand shows a significant level of discipline and focus, proving that he is taking his preparation very seriously. Nelson underscores the intense pressure coming from much younger contenders who are eagerly waiting to capitalize on any perceived weakness. This detailed analysis proves Tyson's own deep awareness of his personal vulnerabilities and the risks involved. Yet, it also strongly emphasizes his vast professional experience, technical skill, and strategic approach to the sport of boxing. Fury is mentally and physically preparing himself to adapt and dominate his opponents, proving that even at the age of 37, he remains a highly calculated, unpredictable, and dangerous heavyweight fighter. His commitment to this rigorous training camp suggests that he is prioritizing his physical conditioning to counteract any natural decline, ensuring that he steps into the ring with the same tactical edge that has defined his legendary career so far.
Just made for him. It's a perfect fight for him. Got the height, looks the part. He's strong. I think Tyson's hands will be too fast. I think Tyson, his feet are the thing. What I want to see. I want to see how his feet have deteriorated, because it happens to everybody. So I just want to see what version of Tyson we get. He's out in Thailand training. So he's got to make sure he trains right. No cutting corners at this stage in your life. 37 years old. There's a lot of young lions knocking at the door, watching you. You're in a meal ticket. They're planning for you already. And I think Tyson's very aware.
Fraser Clarke openly agrees with the recent critical assessments made by John Fury, suggesting that Tyson Fury may not currently be the same elite fighter he once was at his absolute physical peak. However, Clarke strongly emphasizes that the true answers to these lingering questions will only come inside the boxing ring on the night of April 11th. This statement effectively builds a massive sense of anticipation for the event, reminding fans across the world that all outside speculation must finally end when Fury actually performs under the bright lights. Despite the growing public doubts and intense family tensions currently surrounding his camp, Tyson's rigorous preparation and his vast professional experience both suggest that he can still deliver a top-level performance against any opponent. This expert commentary reinforces the ongoing narrative of a fighter who consistently thrives under heavy public scrutiny, proving that while outside opinions are undeniably loud right now, Fury's actual actions in the ring will always speak much louder than any words ever could. This creates a high-stakes environment where the champion must silence his critics through physical dominance, showing that his mental fortitude remains his greatest weapon in the face of adversity.
I'm not seeing what John said, but obviously, I suppose he's in a position where he knows his son, he probably knows the best version of him, and he's probably looking at him now and just feels that it isn't. I think all questions will be answered on the 11th of April, won't they? And we'll see what he's done.
Duke McKenzie openly critiques the frequent comparisons made between Tyson Fury and Muhammad Ali, arguing firmly that Fury's professional resume is not currently at Ali's legendary historical level. This perspective highlights the massive challenge Tyson faces in living up to the standards set by such iconic historical legends within the sport of boxing. Despite this high-level criticism, Fury still maintains his own massive global fan base and a deep level of respect within the modern boxing community. His primary focus remains entirely on what he can actually control, which includes his physical training, his technical skill, and his performance on fight night. Duke's strong statement reinforces the ongoing narrative that external opinions and media comparisons will never truly define Tyson Fury's career. Only his direct actions inside the ring, his future victories, and his consistent strategic dominance will prove his true standing as one of the modern heavyweight greats for generations to come. This focus on personal agency over public perception shows that while he may be measured against the ghosts of the past, his path to greatness is entirely his own to walk as he prepares to silence the skeptics with his upcoming performances.
You know, obviously Fury's got his own fans and people that think that he is a legend and one thing and another. Well, that's all well and good, but you've got to look at his resume. It doesn't stack up. Not to the great fighters. It doesn't stack.
Spencer Oliver highly praises Tyson Fury's current mental and physical condition, explicitly noting that the heavyweight champion looks remarkably sharp and very focused during his recent training sessions. The fact that he is training in Thailand clearly highlights his immense personal discipline and his total readiness to return to the highest level of professional competition. Oliver stresses Fury's massive importance to the entire modern heavyweight division, both as a world-class athletic performer and as a captivating global personality who draws millions of viewers. While some questions certainly remain regarding his age and his signature lateral movement, Tyson's vast professional experience and elite boxing skill still make him an incredibly dangerous competitor for any opponent. His highly anticipated comeback injects a fresh surge of excitement into the sport, proving that even after some time away from the ring, Fury remains a dominant heavyweight force who is fully capable of delivering thrilling fights and dominating his rivals in multiple dimensions. This positive assessment from a respected voice like Oliver suggests that the Gypsy King is not just returning for a paycheck, but is actively working to ensure his physical form matches his legendary mental fortitude as he prepares to reclaim his throne in 2026.
Mentally, he's in a good place. Physically, he looked good as well. He's been working well out in Thailand, and I sort of agree with Paulie. I think that he's a massive addition to the heavyweight scene. He has been over the last 10 years, and I think it's good to have him back. You know, we need the characters. Look, Are the legs still there?
Frank Warren is now publicly and enthusiastically praising Tyson Fury's current physical condition, explicitly calling it the absolute best he has seen in many years and placing a massive emphasis on his incredible mental strength leading into this camp. He issued a stern warning that Fury is facing an exceptionally dangerous opponent who possesses significant natural power and a proven knockout ability that can end a fight in a single moment. Despite that looming threat, Warren firmly believes that Fury's massive natural size, elite boxing skill, and vast professional experience make him more than capable of handling the challenge. This expert commentary deeply underscores the true magnitude of the upcoming fight, highlighting both the high level of risk involved in Fury's complete readiness to step back into the spotlight. Fans should certainly expect to see a highly calculated, powerful, and mentally focused Tyson Fury, who is fully prepared to face a highly dangerous opponent with total confidence. This reinforcement from his longtime promoter suggests that the Gypsy King has eliminated all previous distractions to ensure his body and mind are perfectly synchronized for what could be one of the most significant and defining moments of his entire heavyweight career.
Tyson's looking in magnificent shape, best I've seen him in, to be quite honest, for a long time, and more importantly, mentally he's in a good place. And this is a big fight. He's in with a very, very experienced fighter who's a big man, big puncher. I think he's got a 90% knockout ratio. He's knocked out 17 of his opponents in the first round. So you know he can whack. And he's not phased about fighting over here. He fought recently over here and beat Dave Allen. And this is quite a tough comeback.
Carl Froch explicitly notes that Tyson Fury looks remarkably relaxed and deeply focused following his recent high-profile return from retirement. While he may not always appear visually perfect in every single training clip, his overall conditioning and his intense level of personal dedication clearly show otherwise to those watching his progress closely. Fury's consistent commitment to training twice daily throughout this camp proves his incredible professionalism and his relentless internal determination to succeed once again. Despite his time away in retirement, he has managed to maintain his physical form, his natural strength, and his elite technical skill while preparing for this major career comeback in the heavyweight division. This high-level assessment shows that Fury's current physical readiness now perfectly matches his legendary mental clarity, making him an exceptionally dangerous and unpredictable heavyweight for any opponent to face in the ring. This reinforcement of his status as a top-tier athlete suggests that the Gypsy King has used his time away to recharge his competitive battery, ensuring that he returns with the same tactical brilliance and physical durability that first propelled him to the very top of the boxing world.
Fury Makmadov. Good little fight. Tyson's nice and relaxed. He's coming back. Again, after retiring, he's back out of retirement. We kind of knew it was going to happen. He seems in a good place. He seems quite happy. He's not out of shape. He's in his usual shape, which isn't great shape in terms of physicalities to look at. He's not good on the optics, but you know he's in shape because he's not 28 stone. He's probably looking about 18.5 stone-ish, and he's in the gym. I don't think he ever really came out of the gym. He said he's been training twice a day.
Liam Goff highlights the immense challenge that Tyson Fury currently faces after being out of the professional ring for a significant period of 15 to 16 months. As a world-class boxer who fundamentally relies on his elite lateral movement and his perfect internal timing, the natural concern regarding ring rust could be a very real factor on fight night. Despite this potential hurdle, Fury's vast professional experience, his high ring intelligence, and his deeply disciplined training camp in Thailand all suggest that he can adapt to the situation quite quickly. Fans across the globe should certainly expect a highly calculated and strategic return to the squared circle, blending his signature technical skill, his agile footwork, and his veteran savvy to overcome his opponent. This underscores the fact that Fury's major 2026 comeback is about his precision, his sharp focus, and his total mental readiness, just as much as it is about his raw physicality and strength. By prioritizing his mental conditioning alongside his physical drills, he is proving that a fighter of his caliber can bridge the gap created by a long layoff through sheer tactical brilliance and a superior understanding of the sport's highest levels.
Tyson Fury has been out of the ring for well over a year now. By the time he gets back in the ring on April the 11th, he will have been out of the ring for well over a year. You're probably talking close to 15, 16 months. It's a long time, especially for someone who is more of a mover, more a boxer. It's not like a pressure fighter who can just...
The April 11th comeback of Tyson Fury is rapidly shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated and significant heavyweight fights in recent boxing history. Throughout this journey, he has faced immense personal chaos, intense family tension, and the inevitable physical challenges that come with his age. Yet every single indicator points directly to a professional fighter who is now mentally sharper than ever before during his rigorous training camp in Thailand. His singular focus on the core fundamentals of boxing and his firm refusal to be distracted by outside noise show a man who is truly ready to dominate. Whoever eventually steps into the ring with him will have to face a highly calculated, deeply experienced, and remarkably unpredictable champion. Fury's unique ability to channel his personal hurt and public doubt into pure motivation makes him a literal nightmare for any professional opponent. The big question remains whether his signature speed and lateral movement will fully match the extreme intensity of this upcoming fight. After being out of the competitive ring for over a year, both dedicated fans and expert analysts are split on the outcome. But one thing is absolutely clear: Tyson Fury thrives under pressure and truly loves the bright spotlight. His massive mental strength combined with his world-class ring IQ makes him fully capable of shocking the entire world once again. It is currently impossible to predict who will walk out as the winner, but one thing is guaranteed: the fight will be thrilling and full of raw intensity. Don't just watch the drama unfold. Join the heated debate in the comments below and tell us who you think will actually dominate this epic heavyweight clash.